Welcome back to Hammer Away. Today, here it is on a Tuesday, 3:30. We got a bonus show today. We're supposed to have Hell's Addiction in with us today, and that's what we're showing you right here. But I don't have them in just yet. I don't know if they're having a little issue maybe getting into the studio here. But I've got a message out, and hopefully that will work. And get us what we need for that information. But let me see, too. I might make a phone call and see if I can catch up and see what's going on. Shall we try that real quick? Let me do that. If I can, find my phone. In the meantime, let me do this real quick, because while I've got this graphic up of Hell's Addiction here for our intro, let me tell you a little bit about this. We got Ben Sargent. Let's see. Oh my, hold on a second. This is crazy. Hang on. If I've got a guest for the other show. Hold on. Let's put me on the screen here now, because this is getting crazy. So I'm going to take this off. And now I'm going to see what we got going on. I think my tomorrow guest is checking in with me that they're here today. But let me see, because that's Ben. Sam Bam Colton. This is getting weird now. I don't know what to do here. We're gonna have to figure this out, and quick, right? It's gonna have to be figured out quick. How about this? Oh man, this is crazy. Let me see about getting a hold of. Sam real quick on the other line here. This is going to be great. I'll tell you a little about Hell's Addiction and their brand new album that's coming out. It's called 9 O'Clock Horses, and it deals with an interesting story. See if Sam picks up here. My phone's not always awesome in the basement, but we'll see what happens. Usually it works out okay. And we'll just have a quick live chat here on the phone. And I may, if my other guests aren't showing up, I may just switch and do this one today. We'll see what's going on. This is really wild. Had not expected this to happen. He's not picking up. So let me see here. Let me close. We close this. Oh man. He's like, I just said it's tomorrow, and he said, oh shoot. So is this hilarious? Does that still work? And I'm going to tell him to stay in there. Since my other guest hasn't shown up yet. So we'll see what's going on. Oh, man. This is hilarious. But I don't really want to do that. I guess I could send him a link to this show and he could come here. Let's try that real quick. Let's try that. Hang on. Okay, tomorrow still should work. Okay, so let's just leave it at that. What do you think I should do? What's the consensus? I'm going to have him hang tight until tomorrow. Tomorrow. And then I'll say, I'll explain. That's one of my favorites. E''SPLAIN. I'll explain later. That's not later. That's not how you spell later. It's hilarious. I told him. All right. So Sam Bam Colton checking in with me. Faster Pussycat's going to be here on Saturday out at the Diamond Music Hall. And he's from here in town. Sam and I used to jam together at the open jams. And it was a ball. I have a great story for you tomorrow to talk to him about, see if he remembers. In the meantime, he's just a super dude. You can find some interviews with him out there. Hopefully we won't go over the same stuff. I got another sketchbook. Look at that. Is that beautiful or what? I got another sketchbook brewery drink with me here today. This is the Smoky Jack smoked pumpkin saison. Saison. What's going on over here? Yeah, it's cool. I'm just going to tell him it's cool. He's like, I'm sorry, there's lots going on. And I just want to say, it's cool, brother. And I'll tell him to take care, huh? Man, that's my brother, man. He's a really cool dude, man. You guys are going to love this guy. It'd be great to have him back in town, too. And I got something special for him. I wonder if I could show you guys what I have for him. And if you guys could keep it quiet. That's not going to happen. In the meantime, what I need to do, though, is try this phone number to see what's going on. Let's pour this brew, shall we? That's part of our show, is pouring the brew, right? I got to figure out where the... Okay, there we go. Oh, that's pretty tasty. Let's get it in our AC/DC. We got some Highway to Hell today. Oh, that's going to be... Look at all that. That's just right there at the bottom. This is going to be gorgeous. Let's see what's shaking here. I'm going to have to make a phone call to Dave and see what's going on and see why nobody's here yet. But we do have Saboteur. What's up, Saboteur? Good to see you. In the meantime, let me make this phone call. This is great being together and doing this, isn't it? Because I'm not shutting down the show. There ain't no way I'm doing that. But let me give this a try, and hopefully my phone will work from down here. Boop bop bip, and bibbity boop bop, and bang bing whoop. Is that yeah? And Okay. I won't put him on speaker just yet. Although you'll probably be able to hear everything that's going on. So I better go back just in case they end up popping in on the show here while I'm doing this. This is great. Isn't this great? I love it. I love it. In the meantime, I'm going to take a drink. Ooh. Boy, that is smoky. I got to figure out if this is really my style or not. All right. Well, we'll see if we can get this going. Hey, Dave, it's Stu. Just giving you a quick shout. And we don't have Hell's Addiction here just yet. But let me know if there's anything going on, if they're running a little late, that kind of thing. We are live on the show right now. So I think I sent you the link to send to them. Maybe that hadn't gotten to them yet, maybe. But let me know, or jump on the show yourself. Use the link, jump on the show, and we can talk then. We'll just do it live because we're here live. All right, we'll talk to you guys. Thanks, Dave, and I hope everything works out and we can talk with the guys today. Talk to you soon. Thanks, bye. Okay, so that's that. So in the meantime, what we're going to do is I want to tell you a little bit about these guys. Let me put this graphic back up. And here's the band. Hell's Addiction is Ben Sargent on lead vocals. And if you notice, If you notice these, the gentleman second from the left, and then the gentleman all the way to the right look quite similar. That is because they are. Ben Sargent on lead vocals. He was their guitarist at earlier on in the life of the band. Liam Sargent then is his brother on guitar. Dan Weir on guitars and backing vocals. Jason Green on bass, and Luke Morley on drums and percussion. Luke, as you'll find out, is kind of instrumental in the name of the new album. So I'll keep checking back on this too. And let's put this back up now. It says there's a popular saying, the third time's the charm. For popular UK hard rockers Hell's Addiction, that third time has arrived. The quintet's 9 o'clock horses is set to shatter the public's expectations and ignite a new era for the band. Hell's Addiction came together as a quartet in 2010. Ben, Liam, Jason, and Luke. Sorry, there was a typo, so it threw me. With Ben serving not only as the front man, but handling second guitar duties as well. It was this lineup that self-released their debut album, Raise Your Glass, in 2000, that one I haven't heard yet. That was in 2013, as well as the Broken album in 2016, which I did listen to. At this point, the band started getting people's attention. Frontman Ben Sargent recollects, 2016 was a big year for us. The dynamics of the band changed massively when adding Dan and growing into a five-piece. Obviously, playing the Bordy takeover at the Download was huge for us and saw our fan base grow pretty rapidly. I can't help but feel this was the year when the band really found itself. 2016 also saw two other apex points for Hell's Addiction. They became a five-piece, and they made their inaugural appearance at Download that we were just talking about on the Bordy takeover stage. With We're on board, the band's writing and performances went from strength to strength, knocking out a couple of EPs. There are some EPs that are also out there on Spotify, you'll see. 2018 Statutory Nuisance, then V1.0 the following year. An EP that showed the band's popularity soaring as it reached number 7 on the iTunes chart. This is why I wanted to tell you this too, because I was looking through their releases and I'm like, okay, I have to get this figured out. Because I keep seeing these EPs out there and I'm like, wait a minute, what's from where and what happened when? Let's see here on the iTunes chart, number 1 in Amazon Hot New Releases, and within 48 hours of release, it had hit number 2 on the Amazon Rock album charts. Held off by the top spot, you ready for this? Top spot only by the Queen Platinum Collection. If you're going to be kept out of the top spot, then it doesn't get any better than Queen. Not these days, of course. With the restraints of COVID now out of the way, Hell's Addiction has brought their fans for a year-long wait to an end. All right, let's move ahead here. This album, both musically and lyrically, is the best to date, says bassist Jason Green. 9 O'Clock Horses is the brand new release from Hell's Addiction and is an actual ball buster. It is very good. I've been listening to it. I haven't made it all the way through it, but there is a lot of growth in this album that I can hear even from Broken. Broken is pretty heavy duty with some slamming vocals. It's really got a rough, heavy vibe to it vocally. It's a little different than this one. This one is a little more reined in as far as what I can tell so far. The band members have collectively raised the bar in every way on this new record, from the recording to the production, from the presentation to the live show. They are firing on all cylinders at this point. But wait, what the hell is it with the album title? Ben Sargent takes the reins. The story behind the album name comes from Luke's childhood, and I'm sure many other children in our hometown of Leicester. It was used by his dad to get him to bed before 9 o'clock in fear of the horsemen taking children away to slave on the farms. And this was actually a real thing in the 1800s. Go research it. It's fascinating, he says. So the work on 9 O'Clock Horses was started in 2019. Let me see if I can get this. I also want to put this up so you guys have a visual of that album cover. Take a look at this. There you go. What could you want? Ben continues. Firstly, there was the whole pandemic, which put a grinding halt to all things music and even made us all question if we wanted to carry on. I want to ask about that. In what ways? You know, we've heard that from a lot of bands where you're just like, is it? I would assume it's kind of a money thing, but you know, just questioning whether or not it's worth it to keep going. Let's see. And he says, but we all had motivation going back to the story above about Luke's dad. During this 4-year period, all the band members had lost their fathers, who were our idols, inspirations, and heroes. So we took our time to make sure we produced the best goddamn album possible in tribute to our late fathers. This one is for them and for all the other fathers out there, actually. Kicking off with the here's where we're going to go kind of through the list of songs on the record. I wonder if I have something I can show you there. Probably not, but I can make sure I look at everything here on my iTunes as well while I'm reading, make sure it's the same. Cannot Hide is actually the first single. It's what's available out there from the album on Spotify. Nothing else is available yet, but on Spotify, but check it out. It's a great song, great opener. On the album, it looks like it's just titled Cannot Hide. And it's, the whole album is 51 minutes long. I was thinking it might be a little shorter than that, but it's 51 minutes. So You Cannot Hide is the first single. Now the album will be released soon, and they do have pre-orders going on right now. I haven't checked Amazon to know, but we can do that here in just a minute together. Kicking off with the Take No Prisoners approach of Leave It Alone, you know right away, oh, interesting, Leave It Alone. That's what they're saying is the first track. Okay, that's cool. When I loaded it into my iTunes from what I was sent, Leave It Alone is the 4th track when it goes in, but maybe it went alphabetically. So here we go. This is how it goes on the album. Leave It Alone. You know right away that the band isn't messing around as they go for the throat from the very start. With the powerful and hook-oriented Upside Down, Hell's Addiction adds some samples from the Netflix hit series Stranger Things, complete with the company's permission. They decided they didn't want to charge us or sue us for every penny we don't have, jokes Dan Weir. First single, this says first single, Scream Your Name. Maybe that's over in the UK. Is a nod to Los Angeles' Sunset Strip in the 80s. And the song tells the all too real tale of one half of a relationship trying their best to save things after their partner wanders one too many times, then finally giving in and allowing it to follow through to its obvious conclusion. Save Me sees Hell's Addiction switch to drop C tuning, which isn't the norm for the band, and the result is reminiscent of John Corabi era Motley Crue, and the guys draw direct inspiration from another band with Cannot Hide as hints of Cinderella pop up throughout the song. That John Corabi Motley Crue album is really good, and I get what they're saying. And John Corabi, I think, joined that band at just the right time. Had a chance to talk to him years ago, and maybe I can dig up that interview and put it out here. With 9 O'Clock Horses, Hell's Addiction start a new chapter in life, one that takes their fans on the ride of their lives. Join the party or get dragged off to slave your life away. All right, that from this summer was when that came out, and they were talking about it. There's the album cover, like I said, and you've been looking at it for a little bit, and there we go. Now, it's still a mystery as to whether or not they'll join me today. That's going to be the issue, but not a big issue. We can talk about all kinds of stuff. Not a big thing. And guess what? I've got some unboxing stuff to do. Look at this. Look what I got. Great Affairs. Isn't that cool? Little classic sci-fi artwork there. And a sticker. Just made new business cards too, so I'm looking forward to getting those soon. Blake, what's up? We were just talking about you. Beer rules. It does if you really like it. I'm not sure that I'm a huge fan of this, but I'm going to take a big swig anyway. It's growing on me. Sometimes, you know, I don't like a beer that's, I'm not a big IPA fan, but it's only because I don't drink it enough, right? So sometimes when there's a bit of a break and I try something different, a lot of times it just takes a few for me to get used to it because it's so different, right? Last time my wife wonderfully made a roast. I'm looking forward to having some more of that today. I don't know if you guys are roast fans, but I am. Grew up on that. My mom used to make that stuff all the time. It's so good. So let's see what we got here. Oh, look at that. This is the other Denny Smith album. Denny Smith from the Great Affairs. An Overnight Low. He sent that to me. That's wonderful. And look, more Great Affairs stickers. Yay, yay, yay. I know exactly where that can go. Tracks on this: Silver Lining, Hard Stop, Leaving LA, All in the Living, a little bit broken, Rider, Missing You, Hyde, as in Jekyll and Hyde, Fall to Me, My Father's Son, Dust, and To Call This Home, produced by Denny Smith, with Michael St. Leon. All songs written and arranged by Denny Smith. Mm-hmm. Cool. There, that's our little tune that's going to be my little network tune. Mm-hmm. You were. I'll have to watch back later. Yeah, Roast Beast. Straight out of Dr. Seuss, right? All right, one piece of cardboard. One piece of cardboard. Oh, look at this. Wow. There it is. Great Affairs on vinyl, Sleepwalker. You know what? In honor of my buddy Denny, this is going to be the first record I play on my new turntable. How about that? Got it signed for me. That's great. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I appreciate it. That is fantastic. As I said, tomorrow we'll be talking with my other guest who is about ready to jump in with me today. And we could have done the show today, but I want to stick with the original, you know, having a show on Wednesday. If I didn't do that, then, you know, we'd be out of luck. You know, it's supposed to be on Wednesdays, so I want to stick with that. That is great. Thank you, Denny. So good. When Love Is the Drug, Fever Breaks, Stevie, Sleepwalker, Over the Moon, Strangely, Strange Love, Getting Out of Sight, Embers, Run, and Way Past Sundown. There you go. Back cover there. That's great. I can't wait to put this on. This is going to be great. So Denny Smith, Corey Rizzoni, Matt Anderson on bass, Kenny Wright on vocals, drums, talkbox, and bass on Embers. That's pretty cool. Michael Webb on piano, Hammond B3 on Getting Out of Sight and Embers. Stacey Hogan, piano on Over the Moon. Joshua Ketchmark, acoustic guitar on Over the Moon. And Simone Miller on vocals with Getting Out of Sight. 2023, The Great Affairs. I love it. GreatAffairs.com. Go check it out. I'm telling you, this stuff is outstanding. I passed it on to my friend Katie Cruz, and I'll be talking with her again soon, and seeing how everything is at the radio station. She was on the show prior, and she is just one of the most charming women I've ever met. She is She is what I affectionately call the rock and roll angel. That's what I call her. When I text her, I say, "Hey, rock and roll angel." That's what I call her. All right, thanks, Denny. Man, that is so cool. I said, "Who'd have thunk all those years ago that as I was living in my hometown, that years later I would come to know someone in my own little town that I didn't know." Something got delivered. Oh, it's my other gift that I got for my friend who just returned. I was doing the Rock and Recovery playlist on. You could see that on Facebook, and had some great songs on it. And so recently, we were talking about music. Now that he's back at work, so Blake, there you go, back at work, doing great. Going to finish out the year. See, I told you I was going to get him through it. So yeah, it's doing great. Everything is really good. I'm very happy. But what I was saying was that I went ahead and we were chatting about music, and I told him about the Black Sabbath collection that's out there called the Dio Years, and he was like, "Whoa, I didn't know about that." And I'm like, "Oh yeah." So I ordered it as a little gift to give him, to say welcome back, and because it's good to have him back. He's a good buddy of mine. So things are good. We're having a little nostalgic moment here. It's good to have those. It is, it is Hammer Away, and it is music and the human experience. And that's what it's about. Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, so this is another little something that's going to him tomorrow. When they couldn't do an album as Black Sabbath, how silly is that? You start a band so many years ago. I tell you what, the ins and outs of the business and all the bullshit that goes with it, when you can't even record an album as your own band, you have to name it something else because you're being forced to call it something else. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. That's where the industry is just such crap. Look at this. I ordered it brand new. I wanted to get it because it's the middle part of their career that I was just talking about the other day. And I really, really liked this record. When I was putting together a compilation of some of my favorite total killer Metallica tunes, I pulled more off of this album at that time than I did all of those albums in the middle together. Reload, Load, the even Garage Days, and Saint Anger. I pulled more off this record than I did any of those three albums together. Which, I mean, to a Metallica fan, I don't know how that sounds. I don't know what it is. I'm a Metallica fan. But they lost me on those albums. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. That's all. That's all there is to it. I also have, I thought I had something else back here. I'm also going to be getting into this. This is an awesome cooler, but I got to get into it because why? Because there's stuff in it that needs to be out of it. See, I've got some shipments here that I've never opened. Should we open something? Blake, Saboteur, should we open something? Yes, this is true. Dio Sabbath does rule. I didn't buy Sabbath until Dio was in it. It didn't strike me, although I grew up. Iron Man was one of the metal anthems that I listened to when I was a kid, because in 1974, we've talked about this before. There was an album that came out called Heavy Metal, and it was a silly record. I'll cover it on the show soon, like real soon. And it was a silly record. It was a corporate silly record. That's all there is to it. It had things like Black Sabbath, MC5, Deep Purple. What else was really heavy that was on it? See what I mean? I'm hard pressed to know what was heavy that was on it, because really those were some of the only ones. And then it had Yes. This is the one that always gets me. Delaney and Bonnie. Van Morrison. How about that one? Yeah, that's heavy metal all the frickin' way. All right. Ozzy sued Iommi. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that is right. Exactly. You want me to open something? All right, Saboteur, I'll open one more thing. Let me pick something out of here randomly. There's stuff on the top. There's stuff down here in the middle. And I don't remember what all this is. I just dropped something. All right, let me see what I got here. Let me see what I got. Oh, look at this. Okay, so down here at the bottom are things that I picked up. Let's discuss them real quick, shall we? I'm really sorry that my guest didn't show up here. I don't know what's going on with that. I might try giving Dave another call and see what's going on. Well, I'm going to take that big fat, what we would call that fatty that was on the top. It's kind of bulky. It's something. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. What I do want to mention, because of the fact that they're working on a brand new record right now, I would assume like right now they're recording something. I can't say that for sure. But I can say for sure that this album kicks some ass. So check it out, please. And it's a band called 6x6. If you haven't checked this out, check it out now. This band has Ian Crichton, who's the guitar player from Saga. I mean, I did a deep dive and talked about it not too long ago. I did a deep dive on Saga, and it was killer, all the music that they had. And Ian Crichton is one of the reasons that those albums are so amazing, because his guitar work never fails on any of those albums. There are bright, brilliant, awesome guitar stuff on every one of those records. Tell our friend who's back at work I said hi, would you? All three of us need to go to Vintage Vinyl. Well, we're actually talking about something else, so we may see if you're available for that. All right. It would be kind of a road trip, so we'll talk about that. All right. But 6x6, Ian Crichton, Robert Barry, who is a part of 3, if you don't remember 3 from back in 1988, 3 put out an album that was brilliant. It was great, had some great prog stuff. It was basically Emerson, Lake, and Barry. That's not right. Emerson, Barry, and Palmer is what it was. All right. Lake was gone. So they put this album out called To the Power of 3, and it was brilliant. They had a great song on there, which was a single that they played, which was called Talkin' About. And then they also had a great cover of 8 Miles High on there, because that's what Robert Barry does. When he does cover, not the only thing he does, but I'm just saying, when he does covers, he doesn't just cover the song. I mean, he reworks it and really comes up with something creative, something of his own. And I'm looking for, I probably ought to call him right now and just see if he'd be willing to do the show soon. Because he does some fantastic work. And on 6x6, the drummer is Nigel Glockler. So we have, who is from Saxon, of course. And it's just really, really cool stuff. Here's the back of it. There you go. You see Robert is here, and then Nigel and Ian. And right now they're in the studio working on the second album for 6x6. Right now. You can check it out On YouTube, they have some videos out there of them getting together and doing some stuff and working in the studio. So do yourself a favor. I want to push this as much as possible because this album is going to go by the wayside. It's as far as, you know, the people who might really be interested in it and who aren't getting to hear about it. That's why I'm here. You know what? Can I do that real quick? Let me tell you something. I had a conversation with a friend the other day, a very dear friend. He and I have had an interesting relationship over the years, but I have so much respect for him and the things that he does and the things that he has done over the years and as a musician and all this stuff. Just great stuff. But a very smart individual. And they asked me why I would want to do this show. And I told him, I said, you know, it took me a second. I took a second to answer. I didn't answer right away. And hey, there's Crimson Cross. I'm sorry, guys. I do that. I do the squirrel thing now and again, but I just want to make sure I say hello to these folks. So yeah, do. Yeah, it will. We'll find out if that's possible to do. So no worries. So anyway, but I just took a couple of seconds and I thought, you know, this is somebody that I respect in the work world as an adult, you know. I know it seems strange to say adult at my age, but still, there's a lot of times I feel like a kid. And still somebody that I respect and who has been a musician in the industry here locally and done some touring over the years. And so I have a high regard for a friend, right? Who says that? But then I got to thinking of it. It didn't take me long to realize, you know, especially here, Crimson Cross, you're a perfect example. And I appreciate you. That I said, you know what? I know exactly one of the many reasons why I do this show is because there's music out there that corporately you'll never hear about. It won't be pushed to you. And it should be. There's people out there doing brilliant work. And I'm not saying that, I'm not here to say, hey, I'll make superstars out of these guys. That's not the point. Not the point at all. Because that's not my point. My point is we've seen millions of people pushed into the system of the music industry. And they don't care about them. Well, they care about them at the time. You know, hey, and sometimes so much so that they've pushed them over a limit. I still get pissed off now and again when I think about not having Whitney Houston around anymore because of the things that, you know, and you can't, I'm not pinning the blame on anybody in particular for that, what happened to her. We're adults. She's an adult. She can make decisions. And it's unfortunate that so many of those decisions around her led her to do what she did and led to what happened. But all I'm saying is we should strive to affect those that we can, you know, make an audience among those who we can, who are interested in checking out your band, interested in hearing you sing, interested in a message that you have, and not be pushed to appear everywhere all the time to where you're not even to where these people don't feel like people anymore. They feel like machines. And I'll say it again, like Freddie Mercury being interviewed. And he says, I don't feel like I have any real friends, you know, outside of Mary, his friend Mary. Didn't even cite his band as that. He cited his friend Mary as the closest friend that he had. So, so when Dennis tells me that he really digs the Great Affairs and is buying multiple albums to get started in his collection of theirs, then that tells me that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And that's bringing awareness about some bands. And if that's something that I can do on the reg, I will do it. I get to do that because of this. I have that freedom, that what's the word I'm looking for? Oh man, we just used it in school. Privilege. I have that privilege to be able to do that and to talk music with you guys. And that means a lot to me. So there you go. 6x6. Check it out. Check it out. It's the first album. They're working on their second. And then step back, and because it won't cost you anything more, step back and look at, here it's called what Robert would later call Robert Berry's 3.2. All right. I'm hoping to get another interview with him. I've got his original interview that he and I did downloaded, and I'm going to break that into pieces and share that with you. And then I'll be back with Robert again, and we'll be chatting about this new 6x6 album. But on there, he talks about 3 and the career of 3. On Keishi, if it wasn't for Keishi back in the day playing new music, I wouldn't have known about 3. But that's how I did it. I'd newly gotten married, was so fired up about Keishi, and they played that song Talking About, and then I liked it a lot, and I bought the album on CD. Wasn't buying vinyl at the time, but in the meantime, I have 2 copies now of the vinyl over there. So then later on, he got to talking to Keith Emerson, and he said that they put out a live record. There was a live record came out somewhere in there, and they listened to it together. And he goes, and Keith Emerson's like, wow, we were a really good band. And he said, yeah, we were, and we could be. What do you think about doing it again? And so he got him to do it again. Well, halfway through that process is when Keith Emerson took his own life. So Robert stormed on, though, and finished that record and called it 3.2. And it's a brilliant record. I own all of them, including this. So Alive at Prague Stock. And it was just, it's brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Please do check it out. Robert is very talented. He's part of the December people. If you've never heard of that, it's Christmas season. See, everything happens for a reason. This is why we're supposed to talk about this. So here it is, almost a Christmas season, and December people, check it out. That's Robert Berry. So you'll notice when you hear Carol of the Bells, it's got this whole other arrangement that starts it, and you'd never know that's what you're getting ready to listen to. And then it comes in, and you're like, whoa, that was really cool. I hadn't guessed that's what it would be. So that was part of what I had in the box, was this live Prague stock. If I remember right, this is audio and DVD. So it's 2 discs that are audio, okay? And then the red one back here, which is the DVD. Same thing goes for, if you haven't ever heard, and let me look this up. It was very, very cheap for the longest time on Amazon. And it is Joe Elliott. All right. And the Down and Outs. And they released a live album. Okay, so it's called The Further Adventures of. All right, and let me check this audio CD. Okay. All right, The Further Adventures. I think that's the one that comes with the DVD, but no, this says it has 1 disc. So let's find. It's also available on vinyl for $40. I would like to get that, but I'm not spending $40 on a vinyl. Sorry, I'm just not. But the cool thing about it is this is where Lucky Leopard fan. A lucky leopard fan. Sharing memorabilia, collecting, and related stories. Boy, that's what this is, right? It's a paperback book. All right, here we go. There's the further adventures of. It's a Blu-ray. I did buy that. Interesting. I don't see that they still have. They had released a set where you could get. It was just like this 3.2 album, where it was 2 live discs, audio, and then the DVD of the concert. All right, let's see. I don't know. There's got to be. Let's go to the Down and Outs stuff. They had an album, came out in 2019, called This Is How We Roll. In 2017 was a further, the further adventures of, and then it goes. Okay, so there's the further adventures of. Okay, so hold on. Let's see what this is, because I want to be able to tell you it's still available. And it's kind of Joe Elliott's tribute to Mott the Hoople. He was a huge Mott the Hoople fan. Still is. I mean, obviously, still is a big fan. But yeah. But then My Regeneration came out in 2010. So it goes all the way back to there. And the drummer, of course, I'm wearing my Wayward Sons because I love them. And but yeah, it's good stuff. Check it out. But I do not see that anymore, that they have the live album that has 2 CDs and a DVD in it. It used to be like $7 for the longest time. It was available out there for $7. Joe, and let's put DVD out there and see what it says. DVD. Joe Elliott and the Down and Outs. DVD. I don't see anything. Yikes. That's too bad. But yeah, it was $7. And I bought multiple copies of it. There it is. Okay, here it is. All right, so it was $7 for the longest time. Now it's $23. And you can get it, $23.05. It's still really worth it for that. And it's a great live album and a great DVD. And so it's Joe Elliott basically with members of Choir Boys. And on bass is Cher Ross now, but it was Cher Peterson from Vixen on bass. So that made me really happy because I really enjoy her. She's great and stuff. So, yeah. So just to let you know about that. We'll get back to this here. Let's see what we got going on here. I have Dream in Stereo 10 and 2. Oh, good. You got some more. Everybody Moves, Nobody Gets Hurt, and Sleepwalker now. Yeah. All right. All 4 are solid. Yes. Thank you. That's what I think. 10 and 2 and Sleepwalker are my 2 favorites. Yep. See, look at, we're thinking the same there, brother. That's awesome. My mom doesn't see a problem with a road trip with you, Thor. Okay, good. Good. Yeah, we'll do that. There's a place, and I told you about it before, this place called Penny Lane, which is up in Springfield, Illinois. There's their phone number, and you can probably check them out online. They probably have a website on the back here. I don't know. I'd have to use the glass of science to find out. No, I don't see it on here. But yeah, it's 2901 South MacArthur Road in Springfield, Illinois. And they have t-shirts, posters, incense, body jewelry, tapestries, beaded curtains, and they're open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 9, and Sunday, 11 to 6. We went there on a Sunday on our way home, and it was really cool. But yeah, I just talked to my buddy about taking a road trip up there, and there's a pizza joint in Litchfield, Illinois, that I've always wanted to stop and have something there. All right, so here you go. The Studio Collection, originally released in 2015. This is reissued, The Book of Souls by Iron Maiden. So I have quite the Iron Maiden collection. You guys know this. You know that they're one of my all-time favorites. And I will never be out of love with Iron Maiden. I will buy it all. Because I even have Virtual XI, which, and also, why can't I think of the other one? Why can't I think of the other one, guys? I know really why, because I don't like it. Oh, for crying out loud. Whatever. X Factor. I have that too, but I was not happy. I wasn't happy with those. I don't know if anybody else was out there. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I just didn't like it. I didn't like Blaze Bayley in the band. I don't think it was good. That's just the way it is. I'm not apologizing for shit. That's just the way it is. I didn't like it. You can't make me like it. You can't tell me it's wrong for me not to like it. I didn't like him in the band. And I don't know why they had 2 albums with him. One day, Steve and I will get together on the show. I've met Steve a couple of times. Super cool dude. But it's been it's been decades since I met him. And I would love to talk to him about that. Look at this. These are cool, man. The artwork is amazing on this. There you go. And I've got my Funko Pop of this. Look at that. Dear Lord. That's some great, great stuff. Just amazing. Finished watching, if you're interested in something on Netflix, it's an adult animated series called Blue-Eyed Samurai. If you haven't seen it, it is amazing. And it's very emotional. I went on a whole roller coaster ride watching it. It was very emotional ride, whether it was happy, sad, pissed off. Blue-Eyed Samurai. The last thing that I have here before I do this unboxing here is Tommy Shaw. I picked this up. And the Glass of Truth will help me out. So it's the Tommy Shaw and the Contemporary Youth Orchestra featuring Will Evankovsh and conducted by Lisa Grossman. So Sing for the Day is what it's called. So I remember seeing some cuts off of this. It's very good. I think we've all seen, maybe it was, I can't remember the name of it now. From Grand Illusion, I do believe was the track that they were playing off of this that I saw on YouTube. Oh, and The Marvels comes out soon. Speaking of movies and such, we were just watching the horrible previews for that. So yeah, really, really cool. There you go. You can check out some of those. We're big Styx fans here. We've met Styx a few times. I had the great fortune of interviewing James Young years ago. I just bit my lip, and I really hate doing that. So here we go. This will wrap us up for today. I'm not sure where these guys are, but you've learned a lot about them already. So we'll be looking forward to this happening when it happens, right? Everything happens for a reason, and everything happens when it should. Bear that in mind. It's the reason that things are cool here at this show. Got plenty to talk about, plenty to do. I've only just begun. Welcome to the Carpenters. I think, was that written by them? Was that written by Paul Williams? That was written by Paul Williams. We've only just begun. Now, I do need to check this. Okay, good. Anybody have any questions today or anything? Anything else? Oh, what do we have? Oh, look at this. Who has checked out that new Beatles tune? I have not yet. And I just watched an interview with Don Dokken where he was mentioning that he hadn't heard it yet either and was going to finish up that interview and go check it out. Look at this. This thing is huge. A Hard Day's Night. Directed by Richard Lester. Look at this. It's a whole box set. Wow. What? Wow. Gravity. I wish it would give me a couple of seconds before it fell to the floor. Look at it. I mean, I always love when they have even stuff all the way inside there. You're never going to see this, but there's stuff in there. So you're supposed to tear this apart? I'm not doing that. All right. So Hard Day's Night on Blu-ray. If I'm right. Oh, my God. I love when that happens. That's a lie. That's a lie. I don't love when that happens. Wow. Regular DVD. Let's see. Maybe there isn't a Blu-ray. Maybe this was just, I'm a bargain hunter, you know. So sometimes just regular DVD is just fine. Nope. There it is. Blu-ray. Regular DVD and Blu-ray. Look at this freaking book. It's freaking huge. Wow. There you go. Okay, here, let's do it this way. Look at that. What is this? A page from the script with a paper clip on it there. Gotta love that. There, pictures and everything. Look at that. Citizen Kane. There you go. The Citizen Kane of jukebox movies. Wow. Wow. Maybe I'll have to read through this, huh? We'll have little reading time. I'm eager to hear. Maybe I should check my email. Should we check that real quick before we go? See what we got. Bibbidi bop. Boom. Nothing. It's like they closed shop or something. Keaton First. Do you want to give me my favorite thing in here is the grandfather that's in this movie, and when he says that book, you're always reading that book. He was a silly old dude, man. All right, wow. Hard Day's Night. I knew that I had ordered this, and it is used. It's not wrapped up. It is used, but it's in great shape. It is in good shape. That's what I bought. Probably said it was in like new shape or something. The Marvels looks good to you. Okay. There you go. Nope, haven't listened to that song. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out when I get done here. The Marvels looks good to me, but Marvel films haven't been. Yeah, no. It looks really terrible to me. But I mean, people are gonna have fun. Some people will like it. It'll be a bomb, but that's okay. You know, they've been bombs lately. Nothing has been terribly great at all to me. You know, but that's me. They don't give a shit about me. They don't. That's not why they're making movies. They're not making them for me. They're making them because they have a brand new toy and they can do whatever they want with it, which is fine. Overall, that's just fine. I think that's about. The other thing that I got, I didn't show you guys. Did I show you this? Yes, I did already. I did show you this. So remember this too. Check out Graham Bonnet. This is Day Out in Nowhere, the latest one. And if we look inside, it is on Frontier Records. If we look inside, there's Graham that you saw, and the lovely Bethany, his wife and bass player. And, of course, Conrado Pessinato. All right. So I'm eager to hear that. I haven't listened to it yet. Just as you know, I just got it. So looking forward to checking out. There's a lot of deep dive stuff I've got to do. we'll find out. In the meantime, give a listen to Hell's Addiction. See what you think about it. Let me know. And it's better than the Marbles. I'll guarantee you that. Time to take another drink. See, it goes down pretty smoothly. I love that. So lots of unboxings, lots of cool stuff. Thank you again to Denny Smith and the gentleman from the Great Affairs for sending me that vinyl. That is fantastic. I look forward to listening to that. It's going to be tonight. I'm going to throw it right here on my turntable and do some of the things I have to get done down here on there. Keep tight with me, and we'll find out about what's going on with Hell's Addiction, and we'll be talking with them. That's just a matter of time. Tomorrow, again, though, we're going to be talking to my buddy Sam Bam Colton, who's currently with Faster Pussycat, and he'll be here in his hometown on Saturday to play at the Diamond Music Hall. So for anybody who is here in town, if you want to go and see that, definitely do. It's probably going to be a packed house because Sam Bam's here and it's Faster Pussycat. I did. The funny thing was I just saw Kiss, right? And when I met Kiss many years ago, it was for their Hot in the Shade tour. And who opened up? Faster Pussycat. So it's kind of wild. But it's interesting. It'll be interesting talking to him about that. And we'll be talking to him about Dorothy. Check out Dorothy. I started checking that out today. And also Butterside. B-U-D-D. D as in dog. 2 of those. So B-U-D-D-E-R side. All right. Check out Butterside. If you like it pretty heavy and raunchy, Butterside's right what you need. I'm also going to be talking about some other bands that are out there coming up real soon. I'll probably do a lightning news flash here soon to let you know about the rescheduled Hell's Addiction interview, and also to let you in on a couple of bands that I've found out about recently that are worthwhile. One, I'll just go. I don't want to leave you hanging and go, yeah, so there, I'm not going to tell you any of them. No, one of them I was listening to this morning, and I think it's a song that I'm going to approach the band about, is a band called Bad Marriage. So far they have 3 records, I do believe it is, and Bad Marriage and Bad Marriage 2, and I think they have their brand new one. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to look that up for you. Bad Marriage. All right. And let's take a look at what they have. Discography. Let's show it all. So they have Artificial Mind, which is an EP. That's what it was. They have a brand new EP, which has Tear It Down, Artificial Mind. Okay. So here's the update. I just heard from Dave. I'm trying to get a hold of their manager. I'm not sure he passed the info on to them. If someone does ring through, it will be the guitarist, Liam. Okay, good. See, there you go. So we're still on the show, so he could still pop in. There's a reason for everything. Tear It Down, Artificial Mind, Together, Broken, and 300 Miles is the brand new EP. 5 songs from Bad Marriage. Then they had Bad Marriage and Bad Marriage 2, which I was listening to. What's the song I heard today? Power Moves? No. Wasn't it? Oh, it was nope. It was Ms. Outrageous from their first album. Ms. Outrageous from their first album. I thought, what a great song. I might have to do that one in my band. It's less than 3 minutes long. The whole first album has 12 songs on it, and it looks like it's probably a running time of about 40 minutes. There's 12 songs. Got to be about 40 minutes or less. Could be less. I think that's a good thing. Maybe that we get back to those albums that don't have to last forever. You know what I'm saying? Also was talking to my friend today about Shooting Star. Shooting Star on Amazon right now. If you're interested, they have, or fascinated, they have a box set called Anthology, Shooting Star Anthology. Let's take a look at that, see what it says. And it's 4 albums for $15. Let me tell you what they are. First of all, it's their first album. Let me see if I can tell you what all of them are. Oh, it is that one. It is that one? That's not right. It says it's got, oh. Okay, it's just an anthology. Okay, it's not, I don't think it's 4 complete records. It's just an anthology, and it's got 4 of their album covers on it. That's what it is. Okay. They must have the other album covers on the inside. But it's got, it's great music still, nonetheless. It's 2 CDs, and it's $15. It's well worth it. They even have a used one. Look at this. Whoa, wait a minute. What's the shipping on this? That's so stupid. Okay, they have one on here that's available, brand new, 89% off for $2.27, and the shipping $18. That's not a bargain. That's a ripoff. So anyway, but Shooting Star, do yourself a favor and check out Shooting Star. There is one brand new. You might as well, it's cheaper just to go ahead and buy it through them. But yeah, it's got lots of great music on it. You've got What I Need, Bring It On, Tonight, Last Chance, Hang On for Your Life. These are all on the first CD. Hollywood, Breakout, Are You Ready, Heartache, let's see, Straight Ahead. I love Straight Ahead. I would love to do that song. And it's got Christmas Together on it too. Touch Me Tonight. It's Not Over. Yeah. So lots of good music though. Anyway, I mentioned that to him today too. So we will see what happens here. Let me see what this full message says, and we'll go from there. I hope the weather is well where you are. It's great here. I got a brand new, like I say, I got a brand new business card. I'm eager for those to show up. Someone does ring through. Okay. Nope, that was it. That's all he said. That it would be Liam. Okay. Really, that's about it. I hate to even try to hang on here because it's just going to be a bunch of stuff. The one thing I will tell you is I will be talking with this gentleman coming up soon, Nicholas friend, however you say that. Little Bevo is down here in St. Louis. It's right by my friend's place. If ever you're going through St. Louis, you want to get down to the Morganford area and you want to check out the Silver Ballroom. It's a great bar. I've talked about it already on the show, where my friend dreamt of having a bar where he would have pinball machines and a jukebox with only punk music in it. And it's called the Silver Ballroom. It's down there off of Morganford. So check that out. But then there's the Bevo Mill, which has been there for years. It's a big building that was built up, I do believe, by the Anheuser-Busch family, and subsequent buildings nearby that still exist but were in ill repair after all these years. And this gentleman, Nick, went ahead and kind of rehabbed it and revitalized the building there. And I just went there and hung out the other night for a friend's birthday party. And I said, do you have bands here? And so we're talking about working something out. But it's really, really, really cool place. And it's really interesting too about the building. So I'm going to do a video down there and then chat with him about the venue. And we'll have him on the show too. So we'll do a quick little video in the beginning. talking about the place, and it's going to be really interesting. So tune in for that. I'm going to see if I can do that the following week after next, where we're going to be talking with Keith Michaels. Remember that. So tomorrow we'll have Sam Bam Colton, and then next Wednesday we have Keith Michaels from Tango Down. If you haven't checked out Tango Down, make sure you do that. If you're into that arena rock, hair metal kind of thing, complete with awesome ballads, pick up Bulletproof. It's great. Now they have a new one. This is going to hurt. That just came out too. But I'd say start with Bulletproof because it's a great, solid place to start. Check out some of their older stuff. They have some of their older stuff available on Spotify. You can check that out, but a different lead singer on that. I am biting my mouth everywhere. This is terrible. So do check out Tango Down and hang with me with Keith Michaels. He is quite the character, first of all, and just a really cool dude. And he's got lots of cool stories. So he's going to have some neat information for us. He and I got to play the same festival when we did the Rock and Skull thing a few years ago in 2018 is when I really hung out with them a lot. And but we also both played it in 2017. So not sure Liam's going to get in here. Thank you so much, Crimson Cross. I appreciate it. I will have a good one. Also, I'm going to be getting back to a segment that I started when I was doing this through Go Game Go, called Wasted on, I do believe it was called Wasted on Rock is what I called it. It's about a bunch of these albums that were available and out there. However, you never heard about them. I never heard about them. You never heard about them. And their albums that I'm going to say are really worthwhile, from another YouTube channel called Danny Wasted. He's got some great stuff out there. It's crazy how much stuff you'd never heard of out there. Get with you before the end of the week to talk about the road trip. Yep, that sounds great. And again, I'll be back tomorrow with Sam Bam Colton on this show. We'll be back tomorrow with Go Game Go. So I look forward to it. And I will let you guys get rolling. And I cannot wait to come up with a little video that will be the closer. Due to my friend Mike Floros from Steel City, which he'll be on the show sometime soon, I do have a nice little track that's going to be the ending. Now I just need to put it with some video, and it'll be great. All right, guys, have a great rest of the day, and I hope you have a grand evening. I'm going to go ahead and, it's just to let you know, it's 4:44. That's rock and roll time. You know why? Check out the album Unsung Heroes by the Dregs, not the Dixie Dregs. It is the same group, but it's when they called themselves just the Dregs. And it was an album that came out in the early 80s. It's fantastic, amazing music. If you've never heard it, Unsung Heroes, the Dregs, check it out straight away. Some wonderful, all instrumental stuff, just amazing. And on it, they have Day 444, which is a tribute to when the hostages were released from Iran back in the early 80s. So that's what time it is. It's 4:44. So rock and roll time. Another rock and roll time is 9:05. You can think about that one for a little while as to why. All right, have a great evening. As always, remember, when you're out there with everybody else, you're in everybody else's world. I'll get this right one of these times. It'll just come rolling right out the tongue. I just need to make it a t-shirt, and then we'll be good. So yeah, you're in everybody else's world. They're not in yours. So make sure that you're thinking about that person next to you, or how to make things better for them, because the most important person in the room to me is you guys. All right. So thank you very much. Thanks to everybody out there. Saboteur, Crimson Cross, Blake, thank you for hanging out. We will see you guys tomorrow with Sam Bam Colton from Faster Pussycat, Dorothy, and Butterside. Be talking to my buddy from here in town. Take it easy, guys. Have a great evening.